It's 5 o'clock on this Sunday evening, January 14th, 2018. It is time now for the Peter Channel's 5 o'clock news on this Sunday evening, January 14th, 2018. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. It is 5 o'clock on this Sunday evening, and our top story on Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Sunday evening is President Trump's relationship with Lindsey Graham takes a hit. Hawaii told to fix the alert system after false missile alarm. White House claims Wall Street Journal misquoted Trump as saying he has a good relationship with Kim Jong-un. Plane dangles off a cliff after sliding off the runway in Turkey. Homeland Security Secretary Christian Nielsen fights off a suggestion that Trump is a racist. Deadly earthquake shakes southern Peru. Turkey rips U.S.-led coalition for building border first in northern Syria. Burned an Iranian oil tanker sinks after January 6th action, according to Chinese state TV. U.S. set to cut UN money for Palestinian refugees. The latest on the California mudslides. Officials scramble to clear debris up before another storm hits. Vulgarity used by President projected onto Trump Hotel in D.C. Chelsea Manning released his first campaign ad in Senate run. A shortage of intravenous fluids and bags amid a severe flu season has forced U.S. hospitals to find new methods to deliver some medicines. Undocumented immigrants can resume application for protection under the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals Program, immigration officials said. Walmart's raises mean U.S. wages are finally back to rise. And Jumanji holds up the Post commuter Paddington 2 at the box office. First alien sighted in 2018. Vertical UFO spotted in Mexico. Super Bowl astronomy wraps up in Prince George's County, Maryland. SpaceX is set to test Falcon Heavy rocket at Kennedy Space Center on Monday. SpaceX and Boeing slated for manned space missions by year's end. Huge uproar in Baltimore after shocking video surfaces. What's a... Peter Chill News Storm is... 5:01 on this Sunday evening, and it's time now for a sports report. Looking at the playoff scores in the AFC Divisional Playoff game, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers in a shootout at 9 field, 45-42. So that means the AFC Championship game will be the New England Patriots and the Jacksonville Jaguars next Sunday at 3:05 p.m. at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. In the NFC Divisional Playoff game, the Minnesota Vikings are leading the New Orleans Saints 7-0 in the first quarter. As Sam Bradford is served as backup at Case Keenum against the Saints. Arizona reportedly set to hire Kevin Summerlin as head coach, and Matt Patricia would reportedly likely to land Lions' job. Peter Chill News Storm is 5:02 on this Sunday evening, and it is time now for a traffic and transit check report on this Sunday evening, and let's take a look at the highways and byways of New England. First of all, looking at the subway system on the MBTA, it's looking good. On the commuter rail, Fitchburg Line, train 2408, 3:40 p.m. from Rochester, operate 50 minutes beyond between Lincoln and North Station End. On the ferries, they are looking at the highways and byways of New England, 91, the northbound side, little slow before I-84 in Hartford, Connecticut. Route 2 westbound side, little slow after Route 395 in Arch, but otherwise 95 on the southbound side, little slow after Route 7 in Norwalk, Connecticut, and Stamford, Connecticut, but looking good in Connecticut. Route 4 on the southbound side, little slow just where Route 2 in North Kingstown, but it's looking good in Rhode Island. 7 Expressway southbound side, so after the aspect all the way down to Dorchester and central western Massachusetts, and all the highways and byways in Massachusetts are looking good, except a little slow spot on 120 to the southbound side around Route 3 in Burlington. Interstate 91 on both ends back between the Canadian border in Vermont, all the way down to Glover, Vermont, and Interstate 879 southbound side, so around the 7 Quebec and then upstate New York and Vermont, and I-50 on 7 Quebec around the U.S.-Canadian border. Peter Chill News Storm is 5:03 on this Sunday evening, and it is time now for a weather report, and take a look at the radar satellite loop, and it shows some clouds coming out of a bunch of southeastern Massachusetts, Cape the Islands, and some patchy clouds from Portland all the way up to Skowhegan, Maine, and Rockland up to Belfast, Maine. But otherwise, it was a clear to partly cloudy and a cold day today, as right now, currently the temperature spread, it's in the teens and 20s for much of southern New England, and single digits to teens for much of northern New England. Right now, Naughton 21 degrees, humidity of 58%. Barometer 3.62 inches, and it is wind speed is calm. Okay, looking at the weather outside. It's a clear to partly cloudy and a little chilly night on tap, as looking at the traffic moving about on Route 140 near the Norton Reservoir. Oh, beautiful sunset, a little chilly sunset. All right. Forecast is gonna go like this. For tonight, a chance of some snow showers may after 3 a.m. Increased clouds about 6 above. Wind chill lows 1 below. North about 5 to 7 miles an hour. Transpiration 30%. Little no circulation is expected Martin Luther King Day at chance of snow showers. Climate about 25 degrees. Wind chill lows 2 below. North about 7 to 10 miles an hour. Transpiration is 40%. New circulation less than half an inch possible for Monday night. A chance of snow showers made before 9 p.m. Mostly clouds about 16 degrees. North for about 5 to 9 miles of coming. Night after midnight. Transpiration 50%. New circulation less than half an inch possible for Tuesday. Slight chance of snow after 3 p.m. Mostly clouds about 33, about 26 degrees. And light variable wind. Transpiration is 45% for Wednesday. Yes, snow like made before 9 a.m. Clouds about 34, about 50 degrees. And transpiration 60%. For Thursday, sunny and mostly clouds about 30, about 17 degrees. For Friday, sunny and podcast about 36, about 22 degrees. For Saturday, partly sunny to mostly sunny skies about 43, about 34 degrees. And for Sunday, partly sunny skies. Ooh, this could be a good high 50 degrees. It'll be perfect weather to view the AFC Championship game between the Pats and the Jaguars at Foxborough. That's going to be it for the Peter Channel. 5 o'clock news on this January 14th, 2018 on a Sunday evening. I'm Peter Wiggins. Hope you have a good evening, good positive attitude, and I'll see you at 11 o'clock for a late night report. I hope you have a good evening.